Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. Salutations to the Akim and the Four Winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking their lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through their father. To the sisters, the Akwathium, who listen and learn under their husband, which is their spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. Shalom. This is your brother Ram Yahweh with the lesson. And this is the, I guess, SDG Knowledge Hub. Yeah. SDG IISD That's how you get to this. It's the event G20 leaders, right? So yeah, right here, that you just go to IISD and then go to org, or SDGIISD.org, and you'll be able to pull up this article. But yeah, it says G20 leaders summit, right? Which, Apostle Tahar and them always goes into that summit. Summit means the top of the mountain, which goes into government, right? Right. So it says 15th through the 16th of November, right? So this is recent. It says let's skip down here. It says the 17th group of the 20 group of 20 G20 heads of state and government summit. See, right? Because that's why when you go into the scriptures and talk about mountains, it's talking about governments, right? Because the top of a mountain is what? A summit. So they say these are the top governments, right? Will take place in October of 2020 took place in October 2022 in, was it Bali, Indonesia. It says under the Indonesian presidency, the G20 in 2022 will focus on the theme "Recover Together, Recover Stronger," right? Which is because you already had 100-something nations following behind the devil's agenda. The machinations, the icky vicky, the so-called restrictions, all these different things. So basically, they're figuring out how they could drum all that stuff back up, right? Says the leaders summit is the climax of the G20 proceed and the intense work carried out over the year through the ministerial meeting, working groups, and engagement groups, right? Yeah, so this is so it says requiring the impact of the CV-19 pandemic, right, on every aspect of society, right? So this is going into that that charagma, man. It's going into that bioeconomy, right? The charagma, the MOTB, right? That all these other people or these camps want to ignore, right? Because now they got to figure out how to impact society, and many countries lack of capacity to address the crisis, right? The Indonesian presidency will focus on three main pillars for its G20 2022 presidency: global health, architecturally, right? Sustainable energy transition, and what? Digital, right? Digital transformation, right? Hey, man, the bioeconomy, right? To get you into that C-hip, man. To get you to get the charagma, the carax, the engrafo, right? You know what I mean? Through these pillars, the Indonesian aims to continue leading leading on ensuring equitable access to the CV-19, max or Icky Vicky, promoting sustainable, inclusive income economy development. Oh, see, economy development, right, through the C-hip, man. Eventually, what? Oh, wait. Through participation of micro, small, and medium size whatever, digital economy. Well, there you go. Bioeconomy. Let me see if I can say that word right, because it's just, they're dealing with that bioeconomy, digital economy, going into, the MO to the T to the B's knee. Right?
Enterprises.
Oh, the enterprises. Yeah. So yeah, that's what it is. Enterprises. So the micro, small, and medium size enterprises, right? Dealing with companies, right? Set these companies up to make sure that you get the digital economy, you get the bio economy, you get the bio economy, charagma, carax, and grapho, right? That's ultimately what it's all about. The G20 is made up of 19 countries in the European Union. The 19 countries are, how do you say that? Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, right? They're supposed to be beefing with China, right? But China's involved, right? Don't make sense, right? Germany, France, India, right? They're supposed to be beefing with India. Indonesia, of course, because they're at the Indonesian thing to have the summit with all the government. Italy, Japan, of course, you know Japan, the Republic of Korea, which that's probably South Korea, but who knows? North Korea might be in there too somehow, right? Mexico. Oh wait, so who else are they supposed to be beefing with? See, this is all a game, man. Russia, right? Sudan, Arab, South Africa, Turkey. Oh, see, the UK and the US. So where the fuck are you going, man? That's technically they said 19, but that's the whole goddamn world. So where can you go that you, that you can run from it, Ronald Dalton? Where are you going running from the sea hit, man? Where are you going running from destruction? Their thing is gonna be in South Africa, but you know it's gonna be through all of Africa. So where are you running to, man? Their enterprise, right? Because the Bible speaks about them trying to perform their enterprise, even though he said they're not going to be able to fulfill it all the way. But it's to a certain level they're going to, right? Because the Lord said he has to try the whole world. Man. Yeah. So this is Job chapter 5 verse 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Who is that? The Most High Yahweh. He is Bahasham. Yahweh Shai. He delivers or he saves through his son Yahweh Shai. Right? Because that's your own craftiness. He's going to take you in. Your own craftiness is really actually going to destroy you, man. I did a lesson where a sister was saying you Edomites, you hate us so much that you shoot yourself in the foot. You hate us so much that you destroy your own system, the things that could benefit you. She was speaking about some type of health plan, Obamacare or something, whatever it was, but you tossed it out, which was going to help everybody, but now it helps absolutely nobody, right? So however it goes, you know, but the place is in a dilemma anyway. And the council, see, because your council, that's what you're doing, this G Summit, G20 2022 Summit, it's of a council. You're counseling, and it's what? Of the forward. Yeah, you're just forward. And the Lord said that he hated the forward, man. It's carried headlong, right? You're fully set into doing this. You're not backing out of this thing, man. That's ultimately what it is. They meet with darkness in the daytime. So ultimately, what this G Summit thing, it's the daytime when you're meeting most of the time. You're probably meeting at night too, but a lot of times it's daytime. You're going into this nice business building with all these different countries and nations and whatever to talk mischief against the children of Israel, man. Right? And grope in noonday, right? When the sun's completely out. Noonday is when the sun is right in the middle, right? The brightest part of the day. Right? At noonday as it is as in the night. So you, even though it's the brightest part of the day, you're still grasping at it as it's the night, like a blind person in an unfamiliar place, man. Right? But he saveth the poor, right? Dealing with the elect, man. The Lord is here to save the poor, the afflicted, the ones who the Lord gave the capacity, the faith, the gift to believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to believe that we could come out of such a place called the ghetto, the vadios, the reservation, such a disparaging place, spiritually and physically and mentally, man. Right? This place is draining. From the sword, from the sword, right? Through the race wars, the Lord's going to deliver us. Through the famine, the Lord's going to deliver us. Through the ICBM missiles, the Lord is going to deliver us. And ultimately, the biggest part that we gotta pass is that test, that charagma test, man. That bioeconomy. We have to pass that test, right? Right? And also see, comma, and from their mouth, right? Because ultimately, what? You're the accuser of the brethren, man. And that's a sword, man. So your charagma is a sword. Your mouth is a sword, right? Because you're an accuser of the brethren. You're going to figure out some type of way to try to make us look bad so that way you could come in, man. And from the head and from the hand of the mighty, your military, man. So we're going to get saved from that too. Right? Because that's us. So the poor have hope, right? So we have hope, man. And iniquity stoppeth her mouth, right? Because the Lord is gonna listen. You're the city, the place of iniquity, which is America, Babylon the Great, and the Lord is gonna stop you, man. The Lord's gonna shut up the mouth of you, man, because all you're doing is speak wickedness against the children of Israel, man. Right? You speak lofty against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Meeting in your secret meetings. So this is Proverbs chapter 8, verse 13. The fear of Yahweh, right? Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? Because we say Yahweh Shai because the Lord is going to send back his son to judge the quick and the dead, to give all dominion under his son, right? So they're not the same person, but the Lord is going to give him the authority, right? Yeah, so, is to hate evil, man. So the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is to hate evil, man. But we know that these guys at this G Summit, right, planning for the digital economy, the bioeconomy, really, ultimately, that CHIP, right, the charagma, the grapho, the charagma, the charax, the grapho, right? So they don't hate evil. They do it by their evil. Pride and arrogancy, see, and ultimately that's what they're doing it by their pride and arrogancy against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and the people of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And the evil way. So the Lord ain't dealing with anybody who's going by about an evil way. Right? And the forward mouth doeth Yahweh hate. Doeth I hate, man. And that's talking about the Most High Yahweh. Bashem Yahweh Shai. He hateth that, man. And that's ultimately what you are. You're speaking with a forward mouth. Counsel is mine, and wisdom, and sound wisdom, I am understanding. See, all that comes from the Most High. Right? I am understanding, and sound wisdom, I am understanding, I have strength, man. The Lord is the one that deals with the strength and the power. By me, kings reign. See, that's the only way you can really rule the earth or the world, and the Lord give it to you, man. Right? The Lord has to give it to you. See, and ultimately the Lord gave it to you, but you're ruling it by means, but which by the way that the Lord hates. So you're not gonna be reigning too much more forever, man, for long, right? And princes decree judgment. See, but you decree what unrighteous decrees. Right? By me, princes rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth, man. All these other governments that's under your G Summit, those are by way of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai allowing them to be in the position that they're even in. But they're there with the forward mouth, with the forward thinking, and the Lord hates that, man. Right? The Lord hates an evil way. Right? Yeah, so this is Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought, right? And your inward thought is what? Being forward, which the Lord hates, man. That's someone being forward. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. See? And you're not going to rule forever, man. Ultimately, the Lord is going to take you out, man, Esau. Yeah, the Lord gave you the
the world or heaven by the sword, you was able to take it. But that's an evil way, right? That's evil. And the Lord doesn't like that, man. It says, yeah, that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations, right? Of Edomites, man. But the Lord is taking out your generations. You're not even repopulating fast enough. You're not even replenishing your generations, man. Right? They call their lands after their own names, man. And ultimately, that's what you've been doing. America, America Vespucci, Africa, naming after you, Asia, right? Naming these places after yourself, man. Right? Naming the different streets and stuff. Van Buren, Washington, Jefferson. You know what I mean? You know, all these different presidents, you know? Right? Yeah. So this is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 12. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth. And ultimately, that's what you're doing, man. You're speaking loftily against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? Against the people of the Lord, right? Against the promises that the Lord has given Abraham, man. You're calling God a liar, man. Now he can't perform the promises that he gave to Abraham? Yeah, you're speaking way forward, man. Yeah. And you winketh with his eyes and speaketh with his feet, right? Hey, you know when you were speaking with your feet, right? In that airport, they were saying they were tapping each other on the feet, and that was to do them Batiman actions, man, right? To do the crooked letter actions, right? Yeah, man. He teacheth with his fingers, right? Doing these meetings, you're putting up Illuminati hand signals when you're speaking, man. Right? Forwardness is in his... See, the Lord know you, man. Forwardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief, and ultimately this a digital economy, bioeconomy, digital economy, is basically mischief, man. Right? The Lord is going to allow you to do it because what? The Lord has to try the world. 2/3 have to go. Right? These are all the people that were at Mount Sinai saying, yeah, Lord, we'll serve you. So the Lord's going to see what's up, man. The Lord said he raised you as he did Pharaoh because he's going to do you. And that was just an example. That was for to throw you with an overthrow. Overthrow Pharaoh so that so it made his name famous. So he's going to use you just like he used Pharaoh to make his name throughout the whole world, man. And you're going to know that there's a power amongst the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian who are actually the Israelites, man. You're going to know the real Israelites different between these phonies, man. And we're not talking about a black or white color. We're talking about the Israelites by bloodline, lineage, man. Right? Which some of them happen to be dark. But some of them happen to be other different colors. Some of them may look white, some may look Chinese. But at the end of the day, the Lord is finna bring everybody back to the original way and not looking like a man of sin, man. With leprosy, walking around as a clean leopard, man. That's just let me see. Yeah, because you devise iniquity continually. See, the Lord knows you, man. He soweth discourse. Now, ultimately, that's all you doing, man. You know? So, yeah, this is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things doeth Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, hate. So these are things the Lord hate. Yes, who the world ignorantly calls God, right? And Jesus, he hates. Because they think God is all love, man. God hates, man. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him, right? Right? Through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because they're not the same person, but he agrees with his father, which means they're one through agreement. Just like when you're married to a woman, the Lord said, let the two become what? One. They're not the same person. They're married to each other, so that way every decision that they make, they're one in the decision that is made. And the Lord is all righteous, and there's no evil in him. So of course Yahweh Shai agrees with him, and it's his father. And the Lord's going to give him dominion over the entire universe, man. And then his name is going to be up high, and praise him and exalt his name. So, hey, why not? Why not follow your father, man? A proud look, right? The Lord, hey, all Esau got is a proud look, man. He look at, like Kyrie, I'm anti-Sim. I'm a Sim. I'm a Semite. He look at him like, anti-Sim. Kanye said, I'm a Semite. How can I be anti-Sim when I'm a Sim? Nigger, you're not a Semite. You're anti-Sim. You know what I mean? That's your forward look, man. But the thing is, we're coming into knowing who we actually are. Even though these dudes are only giving micro things, hey, it's actually working into your disadvantage. Matter of fact, I had a brother come up to me at the gas station because I was listening to the elder Manak Zagba, and the dude came by and was like, "What you listening to?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm listening to the brothers, GMS, blah blah." So I, listen to the brothers. He's, "Oh man," he said, "Man, I'm watching it. I'm finally getting into this. I watched the Hebrews to Negroes and da da da. So I'm searching." So this brother was searching for the truth. Bumped into me. I gave him all the the brothers and the elders YouTube pages, the ones I had in my phone, and he put it in his phone. And now that brother, Lord willing, he's a studious, and he's gonna find out what's the business, man. All because you got a proud look, man, right? And all you do is do things by mischief, man, right? A proud look, a lying tongue, and that's ultimately what you're doing. All these laws that you're passing and the things that you're actually doing, it's all through a lying tongue, man. And hands that shed innocent blood, and ultimately that's what you've been doing, man. The CV19, that your pandemic, it was all lying words, and it was all and it shed innocent blood during that time, man. So the Lord really ain't dealing with you, man. And you're willing to shed more innocent blood, right? And a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, man. And that's ultimately all you are, Esau, Edom. Right? The one wicked imagination is to call yourself white, man. You're self-proclaimed white, man. And that's a wicked imagination. Because white means pure, good. You're anything but pure or good. Right? The people that you call black, right? Which that's just a color. And technically, if you're going to give us a color, it's brown. We're many shades of brown. You know what I mean? Because things is effed up, right? When I had a native dude, which was darker than me, and we were coming in at work, and you know how the sun ain't really came up, so it was dark. So he was trying to say, and his light is, I'm damn near, hey, one of my names that they called me as when I was a kid was White Boy. I'm damn near white. This guy, because his mind, I'm black. So in his mind really sees that I'm black. He said he couldn't see me in the dark. Nigga, I'm damn near glow. But in your mind, this contrast of black and white, you really got into the minds of the people, man. And this is a native dude who's darker than me. Showing you that you have blinded the minds of the people, man, with all your lies. Feet that are swift to run to do mischief. And that's ultimately what you are, man. The Lord's not dealing with that, man. A false a false witness, because ultimately that's what you're finna get ready to do, man. You're gonna create you're the accuser of the brethren, right? That speaketh lies, he that soweth discourse among brethren, right? And that's ultimately you, man. Right. So this is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? And ultimately the Lord did give you the earth, man. But you're wicked in the earth in the way that you're ruling it, man. And the Lord just said that He don't like for someone to rule the earth that don't fear Him. Man, this thing got it. That thing got it. So this is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? And Esau, Edom, there could be nobody more wicked than you, man. No, though there is a scripture that says Israel has compassed the wicked, but not really. The way that you doing it, because the Lord likes to use reference to these other nations. That's why the Lord said that you're like the Lord use your mother's a Hittite and your daddy's Amorite. Basically, the Lord is saying, look, dude, you're acting like these people, man, and it's like your wickedness have compassed these people. Like, what's up with you when you're the righteous seed? So, but you are wicked. You're the border of wickedness, man. You're where it begins and where it ends, right? So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces, right? Because Israel ain't never did this. Right? Israel never covered the faces of the judges thereof, right? Who the judges, man? Starting with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, who the Lord's going to give the authority to judge the world, which is Yahweh Shai. But also what? The rest of the saints. You cover the faces of Peter, of John, of Mark, Luke, right? And you change them into to leprous devils, man. When those are so-called brown people, man, between contrasts between dark, super dark brown and brown, man, and light brown, right? But you changed them to a leprous devil, man. So you cover the faces of the judges. Israel ain't never did that. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, which is actually blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, right? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? It has to be you. You're the only one that's that vile that you will blaspheme against the Holy Spirit, which cannot be forgiven. Right? Yeah. So this is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 21. And I will give it unto the hands of the strangers, right? Because you're strangers, man. Ultimately, man. Right? You're the Gentiles, man. You're the strangers. For a prey, and ultimately, look, you're taking the whole world as a prey, man. You're using the whole world as a marketing scheme, man. Everything's about making money, making a prey. So you could either devour someone, or you can exalt him and make him some figure. But then you're letting them know that, hey, at any time I could call you anti-Sim. I can rip everything away from you. I can make you homeless. I can make you this. I can make you that. Right? But ultimately, your ultimate thing is to what? Make everyone a slave through this bioeconomy. Right? Karagma, man. So it says, and to the wicked, the earth, right? See? The Lord gave it to you. You're a stranger, man. Yeah, with your leprous skin, man. You're a stranger. And to the wicked of the earth, man. And you're the wicked of the earth. For a spoil, man. And that's ultimately what you've been doing. Just making money out of the earth, man. Just spoils, man. Everything's about money. And they shall pollute it, man. Ain't the world polluted, man? Don't you got trash and stuff in the ocean? Sewage. You got freaking radiation spilling off into the ocean. You got chemtrails in the air. You mean? You're just doing deforestation everywhere. You're just polluting the entire earth, man. My face will I turn also from them. See, the Lord set it up to give it to you at first, but eventually the Lord's face is going to turn from you, man. And they shall pollute my secret place, right? Right? Because you're the devils back during the Greek time, back during the Roman times that polluted the temple, man. Right? Pollute my secret place, for the robbers shall enter into it and defile it. And that's what you did to the temple, right? No, Titus, Vespasian, walking out with the menorah, right? Walking out with the gold and the silver. The Lord, Joel 3 said that you have taken my silver and my gold and traded the children of Israel unto the Grecians, right? That's you, right? And a lot of those ships were owned by the Jewish, right? We know a lot of those slave ships were owned by the Jewish, man. And a lot of those slave masters were Jewish, right? Make a chain for the land, right? Because ultimately you're gonna go, you're gonna go into slavery, but also what? You got a lot of men in slavery, man. Make a chain for the land. It's full of bloody crimes. What's going on in every city in America, man? Bloody crimes. What's going on over there in Venezuela? What's going on over there in Russia? Over there in the Ukraine, man. Those are bloody crimes, man. What's going on over there in Israel or the UK, Australia, any places you devils show up at, man? You perform bloody crimes, man. You spill innocent blood, and that's what the Lord said He hates, man. And the city is full of violence, man. Name a city in America that's not full of violence. But yet you're saying that you're the people. Name a city that's in so-called Jerusalem, man. I'm pretty sure they got gangs and all sorts of things happening there too. Name a place that really ain't no crimes going on, man. And violence. Right? Yeah. So this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention. His soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, right? So that's that forwardness, man, that the Lord hates, man. That's all the abominable wickedness that you are. You're not afraid of crimes and murders, right? But the just shall live by faith, man. Now, ultimately, that's what we're here and we're hoping to be, man. We're hoping to be that elect through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, to be the faithful that to be the just that liveth by faith, right? That walk and liveth by faith. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine. So all of your G Summit, these laws and things that you're gonna pass through your pseudoscience, it's all wine, man. All lies and ways by mean to cause people to get into this by your lies, man. Right? Your wine, your philosophy, and most of your philosophies are just lies, man. You got pieces of the truth, but it's shrouded in lies, man. Right? Complete lies. He's a proud man, right? Ultimately, that's what it is. That's that forwardness. That forwardness of you being is a proud man. Neither a keeper at home, right? You got all your militaries in all these different places, and look, you're also having these G Summit meetings in strategic places around the globe to have these summits, right, with all these different governments, and none of you are at home. You're somewhere else at another place a meeting about what the government should do around the world, man. Right? Bringing in that so-called New World Order, man. Trying to bring in your enterprise, right? Says, hey, yeah, another key, who enlarges his desire as hell, right? And everywhere the self-proclaimed so-called white man go, people die, man. And is as death, man. Your bodies are dropping through this global pandemic, right? And whatever else nonsense that you have, right? It's all lies and robbery, man. That's what you do. That's what you deal with, right? And cannot be satisfied, right? You pretty much already have the whole globe, but you're not satisfied. You're the next step is to get the souls of men, right? But gather unto him all nations. So ain't all the nations of the world at this G summit, right? This G20 summit, right? And heapeth unto him all people, right? Because you want all these nations to go under to get the digital economy, the bioeconomy, right? To be part of your bioeconomy. Shall not all these take up a parable against them? Because ultimately all these nations are going to lay wounds unto you, man. Right? You're playing a game. Everything's a joke. And you think this is just, you think you're manipulating by controlling it. But guess what? It's going to get out of hand. So they're going to take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe, which means destruction, to him that increaseth that which is not his, man. And ultimately, this is what the self-proclaimed so-called white man has been doing around the world, man. Right? You just recently had to give Hong Kong back. But you took over Hong Kong. You basically pretty much took over all the world. And you took over it by a means of your finance, man. That's why you're doing it again through this global the reset, right? The global reset, and that's what you're there with those all those different countries, right? Though some of them are supposed to be beefing, right? You got Russia there, you got Iran there. I thought Israel was beefing against Iran. And Iran against America and China against America. Right? So you got all these things, but all this is just like they said, the elders, it's just a stage of life. But guess what? That thing is gonna go out of proportion of out of your hand. It's gonna get out of control. It's gonna go out of control, right? It's not gonna be for your benefit, man. Right? Yeah, and a taunting proverb against him, saying, woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his. How long, right? Which is not much longer, man. We're into the World War III, which is the third world, which is prophesied in the Bible. To him, and to him that layeth unto himself thick clay. Right? Let's go into that thick clay. And this is by means of way they're going to bring in
Strong's H 5671 Avteet
Aptit or Abatyat, right? Abatyat says a weight of a pledge, right? And the pledge is basically like going to a pawn shop. You give the pawn shop something of value, they give you cash, and then you have the opportunity to buy it back. And ultimately, that's what this thing is supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to buy back your slavery, but they got you in such a debt that you will never be able to buy yourself out of this slavery, right? Because what's the price of your soul, right? You'll never be able to buy that back, right? Going into their digital economy, their bioeconomy, right? Says heavy debt, right? This is a way of how they're going to get you into doing that through heavy debt, right? Because the world can't take it anymore. We have to do a global reset. We're going to make a whole new currency. It's going to be the digital currency. And this by way of what? Of heavy debt, man. Thick clay, man. Yeah, so this is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even unto the border, right? Because you're the border of wickedness, right? The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that ate thy bread have laid a wound under thee, right? Because everybody's gonna take up a parable. They're gonna say, "Whoa, ain't this the guy who's going around the world taking that's what's not his?" Right? So they're gonna lay a wound under thee, and there is no understanding in him, right? Because you've been taking so long, and people have been reverencing you for so long. It's not gonna compute in your head that everybody's pissed off at this point, man. All right, the white man speaking, everybody. Oh, he's talking. Wait, okay, we'll go with that. And it sounds like the most bugged out idea in the world. Yeah, let's pollute the world. Let's put fucking shit in the ozone layer. Yeah, let's put bullshit in the water. Yeah, let's cut all the trees. You know what I mean? But people went with it. Yeah, let's eat GMO food, make plastic food. Yeah, that's a great idea. Now you're at the point that look, there is no food here for us, but you know that the third world was happening. So you're taking the food that's meant for us and saying that there is no food for us, but then you're taking it for you for your bunkers. But that's okay. You know what I mean? The Lord is preserving you for slavery, man, to be the first fruits of slavery, man. So it says, shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, you know what I'm saying? Because you try to change the Lord's name, which that's, like I said, that's, man, you went into the scriptures, man. So that's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. So there ain't no forgiveness for that. Bashem Yahweh Shai even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and the understanding out of the mount of Esau, man. Right? Going to back to your father, which is Esau, unto his descendants, which are the Edomites. So it's Numbers chapter 23, verse 7. It says, and he took up a parable and said, Balaam, the king of Moab, have brought me from Aram out of the mountains, right? And ultimately, that's what this summit is. That's the summit. It's the top of the mountain. The summit is the very top of the mountain. And what are you having? All these different governments come and speak about how that you could curse Israel, right? Of the east, saying, come, curse me, Jacob. Come, defy Israel. And ultimately, that's what you're doing. You're having these summit meetings that's in the daytime, but really you're groping as it is in noon, because the Lord said he's gonna take all the wisdom out of Esau, man. So you're just groping, right? It says he is Numbers 23 and 18. So you jump down. He took up his parable and said, rise up, Balaam, and hearken unto the son of Zippor, right? Says Isaiah chapter 14 verse 4, that thus shall take up a proverb against the king of Babylon, right? And ultimately that's what's going to happen, man. We're gonna have to take up a parable against the king of Babylon, man, which is NATO, EU, and America, man. that power structure of the world, right? Dealing with also Amalek is involved with them, right? And say, how have the oppressors ceased? Man, see, ultimately all this stuff is gonna cease, man. Everybody's gonna take up a proverb against you. They're gonna lay a wound under you. You're gonna have no understanding, man, because people are tired of you taking what's not yours, man. Heaping up what's not yours, right? The golden city has ceased. What, America has been a golden city, man, and it's gonna cease, man, real soon. Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler, man. So the Lord gave you, Job 9:24. The Lord gave you the world, right? The earth is given, or the world, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. But what? The Lord's gonna cut off the wicked staff, the wicked rulership, the scepter of rulers, man. You're not gonna be ruling anymore, man. Who smote the people with wrath continually, with continual strokes. He that ruled, right, because you've been ruling this world, ruled the nations in anger. And ultimately, you're going to show the ultimate anger real soon, because what? That's what this G20 summit is all about. You're getting ready to use these other nations, and you're going to come down with anger, and that's not just in America. That's going to be in the world. Right? It's persecuted and not hindered. And none hindered. Slakia. And none hindered. No one could stop you from doing it. But guess what? Who can, man? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And he's on his way. Right? Yeah, right. It's the second Ezra chapter 16, verse 1. Woe. Woe means destruction, right? Weeping and gnashing of teeth. Be unto thee Babylon, right? Which this Babylon has been a golden cup, which that's America, which is spiritually Babylon, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right? It says, and Asia, right? Dealing with Moab, so-called Chinese, is Asia, right? Because you're a big part of trying to curse Israel, man. You're a big part of this economic trading and marketing of them being the merchant city that you're you know what I mean? That this being what? Nineveh, basically. Which is going to go into the destruction. But the Lord said, woe unto you too. And Asia, woe be unto thee, right? Right? Seeing this, and then the Lord letting you know that what? Egypt and Syria, right? Because that's ultimately what America is. America's also Egypt, and America's also Syria, right? And they're in conjunction with Asia, which is China, which is Moab, who went to the top of the mountain trying to curse us. So a long time ago, Moab has always been a one to come against us, and that's why he's always been in such cahoots with Esau, man. Gird up yourselves with sackcloth, because what? World War III is finna happen, man. Gird up sackcloth and hair. Gird yourself up with sackcloth and hair. Bewilder your children, right? Because that's ultimately what's going to happen, man. Unto you Edomites and unto you Moabites, man. And be sorry, for your desolation is at hand, man. So the Lord is coming to get that, man. He's coming to reward you for being on the top of that mountain, right? Which is G20 summit, right? And who was there? China, right? They're supposed to be having this big old trade war and this and that and all this other stuff. So now they can't get goods in America, but then China's at the G20 summit with all the governments. But notice what their whole conversation was, at least on that thing. It had nothing about making sure we got food or water or proper medical care. It all summed around the so-called pandemic, but really what it was leading to is the digital currency. So they tell you what they're trying to do, man. But a lot of you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians can't get it, man. The Lord has blinded you in order for, man, listen, you're going to get judgment right along with these devils, man. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back, man? Who going to turn it back, man? That's it, man. Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, right? And that's dealing with the Roman Greco Empire, which is now NATO, EU, and America. And of course, Canada's involved because, they try to keep Canada out of the whole thing. But, Canada's involved because they're all part of that thing, But NATO, EU, and America, just to keep it simple, right, is part of that fourth beast system, right? Which is the Roman Empire revised through new so-called modern ways. And the new modern way is what? Technology, right? Through setting up their pseudoscience and using technology is how they're gonna do it, right? And it says give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, right? So you got this thing called AI, right? Artificial intelligence. And those things are speaking, man. Right? And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, man. That's dealing with the elect, man. The elect members are not finna be part of that, and you're not gonna kill all the elect, but there's a great portion of the elect that the Lord is gonna allow you to kill, man. But it's all for prophecy's sake, man. Right? Because the Lord said there shall be martyrs in this truth, man. Right? He only said in Revelations 2:10, it says keep faith until death, man. Right? But yeah, let me keep going. It says and he causeth all both small, right? Calls you, right? By way of being in debt. Now all of a sudden these people who's beefing with the tariffs and they can't ship things from China anymore to over here, and now this big thing with Russia and Ukraine is the breadbasket of the world. So do you think all that came about by accident? But then Russia's involved with the G20 summit too. So all these people that got all this big issue and these big beefs with each other, that's getting ready to go into World War III, who's basically shooting down each other's so-called war crafts, are somehow in a building together, having a nice big old meeting, having a fucking brunch breakfast thing, right? Having meetings about the global pandemic. As if I'm going to war, why do I even give a damn about a pandemic? We all finna die anyway. Load up your guns, strap on your boots. I don't give a damn. I ain't coming to your meeting. Right? But they're there, man. So this is all make believe, man. But until it's real, because the Lord said that He's gonna put an evil thought in the king of Gog and Magog, man, and it's gonna turn serious. Your little play, shall I say? Yeah, your play, your acting, your Hollywood, basically, because all this is Hollywood, right? The games, the shenanigans are gonna be done with, man, and that's ultimately what the Lord is coming down to. Right, because this is what you're trying to. This is what you're pushing into the digital economy, the bioeconomy, right? It says calls us both small and great, young and old, rich and poor, free and bond, whether you're in prison, whether you're not in prison, right? Free and bond, and really once everybody get that, we're all in prison. Now you're not technically behind bars, but you're gonna be in prison. You're gonna be a slave to this thing, man, right? a debt slave, which you already are, but now it's to take, because like I said, the soul. They said they can't be satisfied. Now they have to get the soul of a man, and this is what this is going into, getting your soul, and you can't buy back your soul. That's just it. To receive their to receive in their right hand and in their forehead, right? You're gonna receive this mark, right? And no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? So let's go to the blue letter and see what that means. Well, we already pretty much know it's charagma. So yeah, here we are in the blue letter, just real quick.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Yeah, charagma. Yeah, it says imprinted mark, right? So on and so forth. The mark brand upon horses, right? And a horse is what called a beast, right? When you realize that, right? And I did a video a while back ago. I think they end up doing something with that, but I show how even now, or they've been doing it really for years. They've been putting a thing that's the size of a grain of rice inside the horses, so they can keep track of the horses, so they can know who's, and it's going into what that the modern age, which is digital, right? So instead of taking a burning iron and burning them, they put the digital tag within them, which that's what they plan on doing. Which a horse is what, a beast. So you're gonna get the same mark as this beast, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. You know what I mean? Because I can go into the charagma, the charax, and the grapho to get you to understand it. But this, hey, it is what we say it is, like Apostle Har says. So call all Yum Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, Basham Rakal Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim and the four winds, preaching the truth for sincerity, risking their lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, Shalom to the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through their father. To the sisters, the Akwathium, who listen and learn under their husband, which is their spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. Hey, Shalom. Hey, Abba Ball.